All right, so anyway, this is a Kohler. I think it's a Cinerama or something like that. And we've been having problems with the universal flow valve. You follows me? Right here. And so this thing hooks here and then it hooks there. So I think that this is the only part that we need to change because this is the thing that's not really working good. So I think I need to change that out. Now I did purchase the one that's supposed to work for this. And this is it here. But, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? I'm going to try putting it on and see if it works. It's supposed to be genuine Kohler parts. Does it look like this one? I guess it does, right? So let's go ahead and we'll take it out of its box. All right, so anyway, let's get it out of here. See what it came with. Whoops. So yeah, here's everything that it comes with. It's got the little hose thing on it. And it's got all of these little extra doohickeys. You follow me? So depending on what you have. Oh yeah, look, here's my hose. So this hose has got to go on here, but you got to figure out which one of these you're going to put on. You got a bunch of different colors. Yeah, see? I don't know which is which. It's kind of stupid, but anyway, then this goes in there, and that's your float, and then this connects actually to the top of the thingamabob. So let's take a look and see if it looks the same. All right, so let's take a look at this. This seems to be right. It goes in there, which would be this part here, and then that just is going to go down inside there just like that. So it looks like it should work. What I have to do is I've got to drain all the water out, make sure I've got the water turned off, and then flush all this out of there. So this is, to do that, just gotta lift this up. Now I've turned the water off to the house. So, yeah, but as you can see, it doesn't all go out. So we've got to drain that water out of there. And I have a cup right here, which I'm gonna try to do it with. See if I can, oh shit. See how much I can get out of here. Oh, that's not good. I need a smaller cup. All right, so I'm going to try to get as much water out of here as possible with this. See, there's a lot of water in there. And we'll just dump it in the sink. Because this is different than like regular toilets that drain all the way out. For some reason, I don't know why. So hopefully I can get most of it out of here. Because when I unscrew this, whatever water's in here is going to pour out of the bottom of this thing. And I'm hoping it's just the universal flow valve. It could be, who knows? It could be, but I'm getting most of the water out. Just keep doing this. Getting close to the bottom. So when I unhook it, we're going to get a, the water is just going to pour out of the bottom down there. I don't want to get it. I got this cup to catch it, but I don't know if that's enough. So it seems like a lot of water in there. You follow me? But we're getting it. It's tedious, but you got to do it. Couple more dips. Pretty close, right? All right, so anyway, now I did turn the water off, but I'm just gonna twist this bad boy to the off position for now, because that way I don't have to worry about this. And so I've got to unscrew it here. There's a little nut right there, and then we have to screw all that into the into this right here. You follows me? And I got to take this off of here, set that over there. So anyway, let's do that. All right, so we're gonna need this to catch the water. And then I've got some channel locks, and I think I can just go ahead and twist that. Let me see if that'll work. Just trying to remember, it's been a while since I did this. I forget which way we gotta go. There we go. So this will go like that. So that's what gets gets it onto the on the top of this. So now what I got to do is I got to get it out of here. So I got to twist it out of here. All right, so I think that this top nut maybe will twist. You see? Yeah. So I'm loosening it here. You follow me? And once I get this loose, the water will pour out of there. So I've got this bidet on there. And then I'll have to pull this nut off too. So we're gonna get some water coming through here. So I gotta get this in there. Shouldn't be that much though. Yeah, see? It's not too bad, right? We'll just leave that there. See how that works? Now I can just undo this, right? I just undo this. And once I get it off, there it is. Probably could reuse this. Now I'm going to pull this out. When I do, you should have more water coming out. You follow me? Okay. All right, so now that's good. Now all I have to do is pull this out of here. That's it, right? So if I set that next to this one, basically it's the same thing, right? So now I'm just going to put this back down in there, just like this. See, I'm putting that hole down there. I'm just setting that through there, just like that. You follow me? That's there. And this is still dripping, big deal. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so we got to get this screwed on there. So we're just gonna put that like this. You follow me? And basically I'm just screwing it back on. And then we can tighten it down. Not too tight. That's that. That's pretty much it, right? And then this here we're just gonna bring up and twist on. Just like that. And then I just got to get a little tightening on it. So I'm just going to use the channel locks. Just give it a little twist. I'm going to hold it as I do it. Just to get it on there. Just like that. Let's see if I can get it, yeah. So here we got to pull back a little bit so you guys can see. So I'm holding this, at the same time I'm tightening this. Just like that. Just like that. Now what's going on? Gotta get it on there good. And then we get the channel locks on it. And sometimes the thing will twist on the inside. So you might have to hold on to it. So I may have to hold it like this while I'm twisting this down here. So let's do that. And then let's get this on there a little bit tighter. Follow me? See, that's gonna pull it down nice and tight. Now that should be on there pretty good. Maybe get it a little bit tighter. Because you don't want water squirting out of there. Right, that should be it right there. Let's give it this a little more. Because you just don't want it leaking all over the floor. That's pretty tight. I think that's gonna do it. And now we can go ahead and we can test it out and see if it works. How's that sound? All right, the last thing we've got to do is we've got to hook this on there. All right, if you look right here is this little connector. And on here, this is a small thing, right? So I've got to get something that's that small. So I got to look on here to find one that'll match that. You follow me? All right, if you look on here, right there's like these little connectors where these little teeth smush in. So I've got to get it in there that way. I think I'm going to pull this off of here. All right? So like this is the same, really. It's the same connector, right? So that should work with our new hose. But what I've got to do is I've got to get these teeth smushed into here. So I got to put them up top and then push this in. There we go. And I think I got it. Yeah. See how I pushed the teeth in? So that's smashed in there. Right now we just got to get our hose on there. All right, so here's our hose. Got to get it on here. Smush it on like that. That's on there. And this one's going to come on here and smash on there like that. And then we're ready to go. And now all we got to do is turn the water on in the house. And we can see if it works. So I'm going to turn the water on to the whole house. So I had to turn it off for another plumbing job I was doing. And hopefully we got all this done right. So then we'll come in and we'll turn that water on and see how it works. All right, so now I'm going to turn the water back on. I may have to use the channel locks. I'm just trying this to see if it works. There it goes. I got it. I did it. All right, but the water's on. Now, hopefully all of our stuff works. Okay. I just got to put this back. Unless I got to come back out here and turn the water off, which would suck. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So let's go ahead and put this back in there. Super heavy. Just like that. Of course, I don't want to go in. There we go. All right, done. All right, we did turn the water on to the house. So now we're going to turn it on here. So I just got to get this pointed this way. And I hear water. Let's see. Seems to be working. Now the question is, it's making weird noises. That's because there was air in the lines after we changed it. I'm going to pour this out. The main thing is I got to make sure I don't have a leak on it. There's going to be air in the lines because we had the water to the house turned off. You follow me? So you're going to hear air in the lines. I'm going to open up these over here too. So it's definitely filling up. Let's get a little closer. We got to see if this works and then it flushes. That's the key thing. And then I got to go around the house and turn all the faucets on and get the air out of them. And you shouldn't drink any water after you've left your water off for a certain period of time. Now you can adjust this with this little screw thing here. And I think this is going to work. Feeling around here to see if there's any water. Because that means I've got to tighten it more. I think we're good. What you can sometimes do is just put a piece of paper down there and you'll see if you get a drip. Like you do something like this underneath it. And that'll tell you if you got any drips. All right, so let's take a look at our job. You can see, looks pretty good. It's pretty simple install, really. You just got to stick your universal flow valve through the hole, right? And we have a little bit more complex system because we've got this bidet on here. But yeah, it's two nuts, man. It was just this nut and that nut, and just make sure they're tight enough that you don't get any drips. And we seem to have done that. And then you've just got to push this little thing into those. See these little like teeth, and they go into this there's like a track in there, and you just kind of push it in there, make sure it's in good, and then you push your hose on, and then I put it on the top of this. Just make sure it's on there good. And then, we can go ahead and test her out right here. We're just going to flush it. It pulls that sleeve up, and then the water flows out, and hopefully it just drains out. So let's go ahead and do it. You might want to hold on to this a little bit. Just don't pop it, but push it down and hold it for a second, just to ensure that this comes up all the way. And so let's see how she does. You guys ready? Well, that seemed to work pretty good, didn't it? And it seems to be filling well. So let's set this down for a second. And yeah, filling up quickly. That's good. So I think that we got her done. There's no water down here. Yeah, that's it, man. Now all we got to do is put this back on. All right, so this thing's kind of heavy, man. You know what I mean? I just set her on there like that. See how it's got that little edge on it? And then you just bring her down. Doing it with one hand. Now that's it. That's done. And now we're we fixed our toilet. All right. Okay, so don't be afraid to do it yourself. It's easy. Otherwise, you're going to call a plumber and they're going to charge you $350 for that, which was just like, it really only takes about 10-15 minutes. The hard part was turning the water on and off for the house. All right, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out my other awesome videos where I do stuff like this. Peace out.